Good morning. So in this video, I'm going to do a quick video because I've been receiving questions on what were some of the things that I wish that I had known or taken more seriously before a long distance, multi-month hike on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm going to cover those things in this video.
My watch says 4 a.m. My mind says stay in bed, but my spirit says go ahead to another day, another day. And I've got mighty miles to make, and not a single one will go to waste.
I was pretty prepared from an equipment standpoint because of YouTube videos that I had watched, and specifically help from my friend Halo, who thru hiked in 2019. But there were some surprises for me. I'm going to give you several, but the number one thing that I wish I had known or thought about or been better prepared for this journey was just the mental aspect of hiking every day and being gone from my loved ones for so long. I've been married for over 40 years to a wonderful lady. I have 2 wonderful sons, and I love them very much. And I haven't been away from my wife for more than probably 6 or 7 days at any given stretch in those 40 plus years. That has been the biggest challenge for me in this journey, with it being over 2 months now, quite a lengthy period of time, a lot of time to think, reflect on your life, reflect on all of the great things that Lord Jesus has blessed me with. My family is number one. I guess I really had not thought about how much of an impact that would have on me to be away from my wife and my sons. So the mental game, the mental aspect of the hike, and the physical is one thing, but the mental thing, they say, is a very high percentage of what gets to people and the reason they don't complete their hike. So number one, and probably number one in importance in my mind, is the mental aspect and just missing my wife and my sons to the point where it hurts, it physically hurts to not be with them. And feeling of guilt that I'm not there to help with the household, and my son, who's very busy, is trying to keep up with the mowing of my lawn, which is sizable. It takes 2.5 hours to mow it, even with a big mower. But just some of the things that my wife has had to deal with while I've been gone. And that's difficult. It's number one. Get that view back there. I think this was Rattlesnake Overlook. Those clouds up there. It's gotten kind of windy. The second thing that I wanted to talk about that I wish that I would have known or thought more about or taken more seriously before coming out on this hike is nutrition, and just how difficult it would be to carry enough food to keep your body running when you're hiking anywhere from 12 to 19 miles a day. And that's been a challenge for me. In the I'd say the first 6 weeks of my hike, I haven't weighed myself, but in the first 6 weeks of my hike, I went from a 36 waist to a 32 waist. And I could tell that I had lost a lot of weight. Now it's been 6 weeks since then, And I know that that weight loss is continuing, and I'm carrying as much as I can and eating as much as I can. But I think if I would have maybe done some more research, better research on what some of those food options would be to provide the proper nutrition for my body, I think it would have helped me. It's interesting that in the first 6 weeks I lost, I'm sure, a lot of fat on my body, fat that quite honestly, it's a good thing to lose. There was no problem there. In the last 6 weeks though, I'm not sure. I've got a lot of miles to go, and the first part of the weight loss program here was not necessarily a bad thing, but now I think I'm kind of dipping into maybe a more concerning territory. So try to do a better job than I have in the past, but you can only carry so much food in your pack with just the volume and the weight, and so maybe some better food choices, and I'm not sure what those might be, but should have done some research to figure out what I could have carried that would have been better for my body to maintain the weight and the energy that it needs to hike all of these miles every day, day in, day out. So that's number 2. The third thing that I wish that I had taken more seriously, because I've known most of my life the importance of this, but I wish I had taken more seriously the fact that I need to stretch my muscles in the morning before I start to hike, and in the afternoon when I'm finished hiking. It's pretty difficult on the body to be doing 12 to 20 miles back to back, day after day. And I should have given my body and my muscles a better shot for success by learning the proper stretches and developing the habit of stretching. If I developed that habit and felt more comfortable with it, then I would have been more likely to do it each day. And it could be that the shin splint issue that I had might have been able to be avoided if I had just taken that more seriously. So that's the third thing on my list. The fourth thing on my list is equipment. Well, I researched very well the equipment that I chose, and I've been happy with the equipment. It's just human nature, or at least my nature, that as you're using things, you wonder if maybe something else would be better. So I started my hike, the first 70 miles, with my Durston Kakwa 55 pack. The next probably 450 miles was with a Hyperlight Unbound 55 pack. And then at mile 500 or so, I switched back to the Durston. In the middle of that, back a couple hundred miles ago, I thought, well, maybe one of the Osprey bags that I've seen would be better. So I bought a Osprey Exos, and I tried to put my things in that bag. But after so many miles with everything in more of a ultralight pack, I just kind of knew where things went, and I didn't even give the Osprey Exos a try. I went right back to the Durston Kakwa 55. So just know that you're going to possibly want to try different equipment, and that's difficult on a long distance through hike or long ass section hike because of availability of equipment. But we'll try different things, and maybe before the hike, something I didn't do and I should have, although it's turned out okay, is do some shorter hikes and try the equipment out and see what works for you. So there you go. Those are the 4 things that I wish that I had known, or possibly, better way to say it, I wish that I had taken more seriously before I started my long hike on the Appalachian Trail. Hopefully this is helpful to some people that are considering a hike in the future and might be food for thought. Hope you got something useful out of it. Have a great day. And thanks for following along on my journey of the Appalachian Trail. And thanks for supporting the cause that I'm hiking for. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. There's a link in the description of all of my videos where you can donate to Tunnel to Towers, to the team that was formed for the September Medina, Ohio race. And all of those dollars that go in there, honestly, they keep fueling me forward and help me to make it on up the trail. So thanks for doing that for me and for Tunnel to Towers. Have a great day.